the CIA get into the war business overtly? And since when is it not against international law to perform extrajudicial killings by killing, quote, suspected terrorists in sovereign countries by sending drones in? So it's their arrogance and also possibly their ignorance.
Well, Gerald Celente, the Trends Research analyst, the founder of Trends Research, is our guest for another 30 minutes. We're going to take your calls, go to Twitter, questions, and a lot more straight ahead when we begin the fourth hour. You know, we talk about this so much. I don't want people to get mental fatigue when we're discussing depression and wars because it's already ongoing. It's going to get worse.
Thank you for listening to GCN. Be sure to visit GCNlive.com today.
The Fall of America and the Western World is an all-new 10-hour documentary and survival guide rolled into one. In this film, you will see the reasons why our government is failing and what you can do to prepare. Featuring Dr. Paul Craig Roberts, Joseph Farah, David Icke, Naomi Wolf, G. Edward Griffin, Doug McIntyre, Mark Crispin Miller, Mickey Z, Doug Casey, David McElvaney, and myself, Alex Jones. Protect yourself and get the tools you need to protect your family from these difficult times. The Fall of America and the Western World at www.thefallofamerica.net or click on the banners at Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. Again, that website's www.thefallofamerica.net or call 800-655-1577. Prepare yourself and the ones you love today. Fallofamerica.net.
Waging war on corruption. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network.
Wow, Gerald Celente saying he thinks they're probably going to stage an attack of some type as a false flag to go into Iran. These are the times that try folks' souls. This is real. This is happening. And I catch myself all the time just kind of getting comfortable with the idea of depression, comfortable with the idea of World War III. No, we need to get angry. We need to get upset. We need to get involved. And Gerald Celente, I want to take some calls, but when we come back in the next segment, I want to hear your idea for solutions, 9th, 10th Amendment. You know, we know where the globalists are going, but how you see the Tea Party movement unfolding into the wider Second American Revolution, 1776, all over again. So that's coming up with Gerald Celente of Trends Research Journal. But let's go to Chris in Indiana. First question for Gerald Celente. Go ahead, Chris.
Gerald, Alex, thank you for taking my call. Question is, with the oil volcano going on in the Gulf of Mexico right now, I read an article this morning where the PSI coming out of that hole could be 20,000 PSI or greater, and they may not be able to cap it. Can that event, being very catastrophic with the toxins, you know, the fishing industry getting destroyed, the tourism, can that event cause the collapse to happen earlier rather than later in your 6-month prediction?
Probably not. It's a terrible event, but there are much bigger economic issues around it. But the other part of that is that to get the people's mind off that, war will do that.
I agree. They're using the oil as a nice distraction while they're getting their war ready.
And it would go back to when the oil spill first began, and then we saw that Times Square bomber pop up. And the oil went out of the media. And that's what can happen again. So if there's a terrorist strike or a war, something of that nature, this thing will be flushed out of the news very quickly.
Yeah, they decide, but more and more they're losing control of the media, and we'll talk about their attempt at media censorship later. But look at Haiti, 200,000 plus dead, thousands, I've seen numbers, thousands dying a week, the total collapse of society. You don't hear about Haiti anymore.
No, you don't. And again, this tragedy that's going on in the Gulf, it looks like it's going to continue going on. And the implications are exactly what the caller said, are very far-reaching, whether it's the feed supplies, the fish. It just keeps going on and on.
The fish, the oysters, most of our seafood, oysters and shrimp is coming out of the Gulf. I mean, the tourism, I mean, this is going to decimate Florida and Louisiana and Mississippi, and then they show the tidal forces. It's going to go around Florida and up the East Coast. And meanwhile, the feds are so tightly controlling this. Now they're talking about using nuclear weapons to stop it. I mean, this is insane.
Yeah. Oh, the other part of the food chain is, you know, the fish meal and all the residue from the fish that are used for, you know, for feeds and for fertilizers. So this thing just keeps going on and on. But again, we believe there's going to be a 9/11 magnitude terrorist strike before this year is over, and that the concept of war will become more and more of a given as we get closer to financial disaster. And again, just turn on the news, look what's going on with the world equity markets, regardless of all this baloney you're hearing about being a good buying opportunity, and profit margins are still very high. The collapse is coming.
Well said. We're going to come back and go to Pete in Calgary, Alberta, Mark in Oregon, Mark in California, Greg in Kansas, and others. The toll-free number to join us is 800-259-9231. We only got about 45 seconds, but what about media censorship, Gerald? We're really seeing them start to hype that the American way is to shut down free speech.
Well, we heard President Obama say that in so many words when he warned about all these other voices out there that you have to be careful about because you're getting them over the internet and not from the mainstream media as though they're the ones that you should believe.
Absolutely. Stay there. Let's finish up talking about the attempt at media censorship that's being promoted right now, and then we'll go to your calls and a lot more. But Gerald Celente, 9/11 magnitude attack sometime in the next 6 to 7 months. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Hello, this is Alex Jones with some important questions. If you're going into a battle and they give you a rifle and a sidearm, how much ammunition do you want? My answer would be all I can get. In the battle for freedom and the lives of your loved ones, food is your only ammunition. How much do you want? When do you want it? Now or after the battle starts? When will you need it? Can you buy it without proper identification? Will there be any food? Will it make your children sick? If there's a quarantine and you can't feed yourself, will you go to the gathering center and be immunized? You wipe out all these problems if you have a good food supply. Food is your ammunition to fight for your freedom and your life. How much will you need? We don't know. How much do you want? All you can get. I'm Alex Jones. I want all of you good guys to live to fight another day. Call 1-800-409-5633 or check it out on the web at efoodsdirect.com. Again, that number, 1-800-409-5633.
Hi, folks. This is Alex Jones, and I want to tell you about the Silver Lungs generator. Now you can produce pure and endless colloidal silver and deliver the solution directly into the bloodstream by breathing the solution through the lungs. The respiratory system is the first line of defense for airborne pathogens and viruses. The Silver Lungs generator infuses the respiratory system with your self-produced nano-silver solutions and also delivers the silver nanoparticles instantly into the bloodstream. With continued legislation threatening the sale of nano-silver products, you can now produce pure and endless colloidal silver with the Silver Lungs generator. Very easy to follow step-by-step instructions are provided, making production fast and simple. Go to www.silverlungs.com today and learn more about the breakthrough technology of the Silver Lungs generator. That's www.silverlungs.com. This is Alex Jones with 5 good reasons you should consider buying a solar power generator. Number 1, new climate legislation could easily double or triple your electric bill. Number 2, our new energy czar wants to control how much power your electric company allows you to have. It's true. Total government control of electricity in the name of smart grid technology is coming. Number 3, in some areas of the country, the power grid is dangerously overloaded. And now new socialist legislation is only compounding the problem. Number 4, dangerous weather is always a threat to local grids. Every year, thousands of families lose their power from weather-related outages. Number 5, A solar power generator provides powerful backup insurance and peace of mind. Folks, I really believe in the solar power generators offered by Solutions from Science, one of my oldest sponsors. You can get more information at www.mysolarbackup.com. That's mysolarbackup.com. Remember, the government doesn't own the sun, so go to mysolarbackup.com or call 1-877-327-0365. Oh, yeah.
Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups.
Hour number 4.
You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
Trends Research, one word, trendsresearch.com is the invaluable Trends Research Institute website. And Gerald Celente is with us until the bottom of the hour, going to your phone calls. Think of how un-American it is that they have neocon from, and they have White House officials, Cass Sunstein, Elena Kagan, in her papers, which they've now declared basically national security on, or trying to block the full release of, but the ones we